Welcome everyone to our AI on AI podcast. Today we're diving deep into the taxonomy of failure modes in agentic AI systems and how they're shaping enterprise strategies and technical design.
Thanks for having us. If you think of agentic AI like a fleet of autonomous cars, each with its unique identity and memory, then understanding these failure modes is like knowing which car might suddenly decide to go off-road without GPS guidance.
Absolutely, and the technical intricacies, like memory poisoning and RAG-based email assistance, remind me of how one malicious input can turn a well-oiled engine into a runaway train. 1 minute, everything's business as usual. The next, sensitive information is being rerouted across the network.
Right on. Expert 2. And to build on that, the idea of internal versus external failure modes, such as agent impersonation or XPI attacks, shows that even a slight misinterpretation in the data pipeline can lead to outcomes that are both technically risky and operationally disastrous.
I'd like to focus on the control flow and environment isolation aspects. Imagine an agent that can interact with multiple systems simultaneously, without strict permission and isolation boundaries. It's like giving the keys to every door in a building to one person with ulterior motives.
And from a business perspective, the risks of misalignment or service denial are enormous. Think of a financial institution where an agent erroneously prioritizes internal emails over urgent alerts, which could lead to significant revenue losses or compliance issues.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack. Expert 5, could you share a real-world scenario where a failure like this made a tangible impact?
Sure. The analogy that comes to mind is a retail company that, due to an internal memory poisoning attack, ended up rerouting its promotional communications in a way that confused both staff and customers, ultimately cutting operational efficiency by over 15%.
And technically speaking, one of the most interesting deep dives is how these systems manage their memory tiers: procedural, episodic, and semantic. If any one of these layers is tampered with, it can completely skew the agent's decision logic, much like a corrupted OS kernel.
I see your point, Expert 1, but I'd argue the real challenge is implementing robust semantic validation for stored memories so that agents can essentially question the context before executing actions. Kind of like having a second pair of eyes in a crowded space.
Exactly, and that's where control flow restrictions come into the picture. By precisely defining the boundaries of an agent's operational environment, developers can mitigate risks like agent injection, where unauthorized agents might be allowed to join the system unexpectedly.
Speaking of agent injection, it's like a Trojan horse. Without unique identifiers and strict provenance tracking, an injected agent can easily spoof its identity and lead to severe misalignment, a bit like how an impersonator might mislead a team in a high-stakes board meeting.
Haha, that's a vivid analogy, almost like digital identity theft, but for AI agents. So, how can businesses tackle these challenges from both a tech and strategic standpoint?
From a strategic lens, companies need to adopt a layered approach, implementing authenticated memory hardening, dynamic access controls, and rigorous auditing trails, much as you'd secure physical access in a high-security facility.
On the technical front, a solid methodology is to use a combination of deterministic control flow mechanisms and environment-specific isolation techniques. In practice, that could mean sandboxing agent actions to ensure they can't affect unintended parts of the system.
And let's not forget logging and monitoring. It's the digital equivalent of having security cameras in every room. Thorough, proactive auditing helps catch suspicious activity early, whether it's excessive agency or unauthorized data access.
I'd also like to point out the importance of a robust UX design that makes security features transparent and allows users to provide informed consent. This not only improves trust, but also makes it easier to pinpoint failure points when things go wrong.
Building on that, the interplay between human-in-the-loop processes and automated actions is critical. If users get overwhelmed by too frequent confirmations, it could lead to habitual approval of potentially risky actions. It's a delicate balance.
So in essence, the mitigation strategies are balancing innovation with risk control, sort of like walking a tightrope where every step counts.
Precisely. And here's a contrarian view for you. In some cases, too many restrictions might stifle an agent's ability to learn from dynamic environments, so businesses must carefully weigh security controls against operational efficiency.
It's a classic 80-20 rule scenario. The 20% of security measures might cost you 80% of your agility if not properly balanced, which is why architectural decisions need input from both tech and business leadership.
And if we put it in a famous quote, with great power comes great responsibility. Each autonomous agent's capability must be tempered with robust safeguards. Otherwise, the system's power could quickly spiral out of control.
Let's also look at specific case studies, like the memory poisoning attack on an agentic email assistant, the way a single adversarial input led to an exponential increase in unauthorized actions, really highlights the need for stringent semantic validation and controlled memory access.
Right, and using tools like LangChain and LangGraph can provide technical benefits, but they also bring new vulnerabilities. It's like having the latest smartphone. You get cutting-edge features, but need to worry about new types of security exploits.
Expert 2, are you sure you didn't invent this just to confuse us? That's a bit of humor to lighten the mood, but it underscores that with complex systems, every innovation comes with its own set of puzzles.
I might have a slight bias for complexity. It keeps us on our toes. But in all seriousness, without context-aware memory hardening and rigorous permission checks, even simple commands might become gateways to catastrophic breaches.
And I would add that from a business standpoint, the trust erosion resulting from these failures can lead to long-term strategic setbacks, like losing customer confidence or facing regulatory fines, both of which can be devastating in competitive markets.
True. And this whole discussion is reminiscent of our digital transformation journeys, where every step towards automation and autonomy had to be met with equally evolving security protocols. It's a journey of constant adaptation.
Let's not forget the role of adversarial testing and red teaming, as Microsoft's AI Red Team has demonstrated. Actively simulating these attacks in controlled environments can help uncover hidden vulnerabilities before they become public crises.
And integrating live monitoring into memory systems keeps the response agile. If an anomaly is detected early on, you can roll out mitigation strategies in near real time, much like a pit crew fixing a car during a race.
This conversation really highlights how multidisciplinary approaches are essential, ensuring that both the business strategy and the technical implementation are robust enough to handle these emerging risks.
Absolutely. The future of agentic AI hinges on our ability to strike that balance between enabling innovation and protecting assets. Pun intended, because overlooking either can lead to operational and reputational hazards.
To wrap up, I'd say the key is constant vigilance and iterative improvements. Tech leaders must work hand in hand with business leaders to ensure that security measures evolve alongside AI capabilities.
And let's embrace a culture of transparency and accountability. Regularly updating standards and conducting joint reviews can transform potential vulnerabilities into competitive advantages.
In summary, agentic AI systems offer transformative potential, but they require a marriage of technical rigor and strategic foresight to navigate the complex landscape of failure modes, like piecing together a puzzle where every piece matters.
Well said, and remember, a robust system is like a well-rehearsed orchestra. When every instrument plays its role, the symphony is both beautiful and secure.
Fantastic insights from all of you. It's clear that as we move further into the age of autonomous systems, the conversation between business leaders and technologists will only become more critical.
Thank you, and I hope our discussion today leaves our listeners with a clearer picture of the challenges and opportunities ahead in securing agentic AI systems.
Indeed, and remember, whether you're deploying a multi-agent system or safeguarding memory structures, always think like both an attacker and a defender.
That's right. Keep questioning, keep testing, and above all, keep innovating responsibly.
And with that, we hope our audience takes away actionable insights that drive both business growth and technological advancement.
Thanks everyone for tuning in, and stay curious. The future of agentic AI is unfolding right before our eyes.
And that wraps up another enlightening episode of AI on AI. Until next time, keep those agents in check and those systems secure. Welcome back to part 2 of our podcast, where we dive deeper with a technical focus on implementation details and the business applications of these security strategies in agentic AI systems.
Thanks, host. Let's kick off our deep dive by discussing implementation specifics. One key area is memory hardening, where using layered memory architectures with cryptographic checksums and sandboxing is essential to prevent poisoning attacks.
Right? And in our test beds, engineers have experimented with using Merkle trees to validate semantic memory contents, ensuring that any memory modification triggers an integrity check before influencing agent decisions.
Building on that, the anomaly detection algorithms, often powered by unsupervised learning techniques, play a crucial role. They act as early warning systems by monitoring deviations in agent behavior relative to baseline patterns established during training.
And from a systems design perspective, implementing these controls requires modifying the agent's middleware. Essentially, it's like upgrading the chassis of a car to accommodate modern crash sensors while maintaining performance on the road.
On the business side, these technical measures translate into operational resilience. For example, a global logistics company integrated robust memory validation protocols, which reduced incident-triggered downtime by nearly 20% over the past year.
That's a fantastic example, Expert 5. Could someone elaborate on how these changes also affect the overall data lifecycle within agentic AI systems?
Certainly, the data lifecycle, especially in multi-agent systems, benefits from strict provenance tracking, where every memory entry is tagged with metadata and immutable audit trails, ensuring every decision can be traced back to its origin.
To give you a technical angle, this is implemented using blockchain-based ledgers at the back end. Each agent action gets recorded, ensuring that if an anomaly is detected, engineers have a tamper-proof record to analyze the incident.
And let me add, this blockchain integration, while adding a layer of security, also facilitates compliance with regulatory standards by providing verifiable logs, which are essential in sectors like finance and healthcare.
I see your point, Expert 3. It's like having a digital black box for every agent. And speaking of enforcement, robust access control mechanisms using role-based permissions ensure that every agent, whether participating in decision-making or collating insights, operates within defined boundaries.
On the business application front, think about customer support automation. Companies not only improve responsiveness, but also reduce error rates by ensuring that agents don't inadvertently leak sensitive customer data due to memory poisoning or cross-domain prompt injections.
That's a solid connection. Can we explore more how business leaders are leveraging these technical implementations to gain a strategic edge?
Of course, one innovative application is in real-time fraud detection systems. With agentic AI controlling numerous data streams, implementing strict memory isolation and cross-verification helps banks reduce false positives while enhancing detection speed.
To add, a recent case study in the retail industry demonstrated that by leveraging environment isolation techniques, a company was able to prevent unauthorized data access across its sales channels, boosting customer confidence and ultimately increasing revenue by an estimated 15%.
And well, if we take a step back, from an implementation perspective, developers are increasingly using containerization and microservices to isolate agent functionalities, much like how modern data centers compartmentalize resources to prevent cascading failures.
Absolutely. And let's not forget model explainability. A system that logs every decision step not only helps in identifying breaches, but also supports strategic decision-making by providing insights into which processes need further enhancement.
From a boardroom standpoint, these technical improvements mean that companies can confidently adopt agentic AI without fearing unpredictable disruptions. It's like having a reliable control tower that coordinates complex logistics, ensuring everything runs smoothly.
I love that analogy, a control tower that not only guides planes, but also records every movement for safety audits. Could we talk a bit more about the interplay between human oversight and automated systems?
Definitely, human-in-the-loop HIDL remains essential, especially during transitional phases. Here, periodic manual audits paired with automated triggers ensure that any deviation is quickly flagged, helping teams strike a balance between autonomy and oversight.
And the implementation of HIDL, when combined with robust logging, means that even if an agent acts out of line, it's immediately visible to a human supervisor who can intervene. Think of it as having an airbag that deploys only when sensors detect a crash is imminent.
On the technical front, these systems now support dynamic thresholds. If an agent's activity surpasses expected parameters, the system automatically escalates the event to a human operator for review, ensuring safety without stifling innovation.
This dynamic escalation is integrated with machine learning models that continuously update their baselines, so the system becomes smarter with time. The more it learns, the more precise its alerts become, much like a seasoned detective noticing the smallest inconsistencies.
And from a business perspective, this not only minimizes risk, but also drives operational efficiency. Companies are now reporting fewer incidents and faster resolution times, which ultimately leads to stronger customer trust and better market positioning.
Remarkable. The blend of technical measures and strategic benefits is indeed compelling. Any final insights on how firms should approach these integrations to future-proof their AI initiatives?
I'd say constantly iterate and innovate, adopt a modular approach so that as new vulnerabilities are discovered, you can upgrade components without overhauling the entire architecture.
And always test under realistic adversarial scenarios. A rigorous red teaming process can reveal gaps that aren't apparent in controlled environments, ensuring your security measures truly withstand real-world attacks.
I agree. Complement one's technical expertise with business acumen. Involve cross-functional teams to ensure that every technical decision aligns with strategic objectives and operational realities.
It's like maintaining a high-performance sports car. Regular tune-ups, real-world testing, and coordination between the driver and mechanics are all essential for peak performance and safety.
Precisely, and from a strategic perspective, investing in these technologies builds a competitive moat. Companies that secure their systems early on will have a significant advantage in trust, efficiency, and overall market resilience.
These deep technical insights, paired with real business applications, truly illuminate the road ahead. I'm excited for our listeners to take these actionable strategies into their organizations.
Absolutely. Whether you're a developer, engineer, or business strategist, the goal is to create systems that are both innovative and resilient against unforeseen challenges.
And as we continue to push the boundaries of agentic AI, it'll always boil down to this. Robust technical design paired with strategic oversight will be the cornerstone of safe and effective deployments.
Let's keep our focus sharp and our systems secure. Every technical deep dive today reveals opportunities for improvement and learning that can drive industry standards forward.
Well said. Remember, innovation isn't just about adding features. It's equally about managing risks and dreaming up next-generation solutions without compromising on safety.
To all business leaders and technologists out there, integrate these practices, test relentlessly, and foster a culture of transparency. It's the pathway to sustainable digital transformation.
That wraps up our extended technical deep dive. Thank you all for your expert insights. Until next time, Keep pushing the boundaries of innovation while keeping a vigilant eye on security. As we wrap up today's deep dive, let's summarize our journey through the technical innovations and strategic business applications in agentic AI systems.
To recap, we explored how layered memory architectures and cryptographic hardening prevent poisoning attacks, ensuring that agents maintain data integrity across diverse operations.
And on the technical front, we delved into advanced anomaly detection using unsupervised learning and blockchain-backed logs, which not only safeguard operations, but also enhance accountability in multi-agent environments.
Absolutely. These innovations, like dynamic thresholds for human-in-the-loop interventions, are setting new industry standards, ensuring that even autonomous systems retain a safety net for unexpected deviations.
From a systems design perspective, we compared these security measures to upgrading a car's chassis with modern crash sensors, emphasizing that the integration of isolation and access control is vital for both resilience and scalability.
And importantly, these technical practices translate into significant business advantages, such as reduced downtime, enhanced customer trust, and even improved revenue streams, as demonstrated by real-world case studies in logistics and retail.
In essence, our conversation today highlighted that the successful deployment of agentic AI systems depends on the delicate balance between robust technical design and strategic oversight, much like managing a high-performance control tower.
The key takeaway is that continuous testing, modular upgrades, and a proactive security mindset are the 80-20 heuristics for any organization aiming to future-proof its AI initiatives.
And while we focused on security and risk mitigation, it's clear that these methods are the backbone of not just operational efficiency, but also the innovative leap that positions businesses ahead of the curve.
Let's remember that each safeguard, whether it's memory hardening, anomaly detection, or blockchain validation, creates a more transparent, accountable, and reliable agentic AI ecosystem.
Ultimately, innovation isn't merely about pushing boundaries. It's about building systems that can adapt, learn, and thrive amidst dynamic challenges, securing both data and trust.
So for business leaders and technologists alike, integrating these innovations isn't just a defensive measure. It's a strategic investment in sustainable digital transformation and competitive advantage.
Thank you, everyone, for joining this engaging session. Our key insights today centered on enhanced security controls, the importance of human oversight in automated systems, and how these technical breakthroughs dovetail with strategic business outcomes. We hope our summary has illuminated the path ahead. Integrate strong technical foundations, keep iterating, and always balance innovation with risk management. Until next time, keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible while safeguarding your digital future.